You know, there are some parts of the Bible that, well, they just hit different. They feel less like words on a page and more like a curtain getting pulled back, and you're looking right into eternity. Colossians chapter 1 has one of those moments. It's this ancient song just packed with so much truth and beauty about who Jesus is. Honestly, it has the power to recenter everything. So let's dive in. And at the absolute heart of this whole thing is a question. It's a question we still ask today, right? Maybe in 1,000 different ways. But it all boils down to this. Is Jesus enough? Is he really enough? For my salvation, sure. But what about for my satisfaction, my deepest longings? Or do I need Jesus plus something else to be whole?
So check this out. The church in this ancient city, Colossae, they were facing this exact temptation. There was this philosophy kind of creeping in. It was subtle, but super dangerous. It was telling them, yeah, Jesus is great, but you need Jesus plus some secret knowledge, and plus you should probably worship these angelic beings, and plus you need these special mystical experiences to be truly complete. It was all about adding things to Jesus. But Paul's response, it's amazing. He doesn't write up a big argument. He doesn't debate them. He just sings a song. He paints this picture of Jesus that is so massive, so magnificent, that there's just no room left for anything else.
Okay, so the hymn kicks off with this first just stunning unveiling. It's all about showing Jesus' absolute supremacy over, well, everything, the entire first creation. It basically starts by answering the most fundamental question. Who is this person we're following? First, Paul calls Jesus the image. The Greek word is icon of the invisible God. Think about that. God is spirit. We can't see him, but for all of human history, we've longed to, right? And this verse just declares that longing is over. You want to know what God is really like? His character, his heart, his love? You just look at Jesus. He's the perfect representation. He's literally God with a human face. All right, next up, he's called the firstborn, or prototokos of all creation. Now, hang on, because this word has caused a ton of confusion, and it's so easy to get it wrong. It does not mean Jesus was the first thing God created. Not at all. Back then, firstborn was a title. It was about status, authority, and inheritance. The firstborn son got everything. So think of it like supreme heir or lord of all. It's all about his rank, not his spot in a birth order. And you know what's cool? The song itself makes this crystal clear. It immediately shuts down any confusion. How could he be the first created being if, as the very next line says, by him all things were created? See? He can't be part of creation because he is the creator. He's the source of everything, which is why he's the heir to everything. It all fits. And just look at the scope of his creative power here. It is, wow, it's absolutely all-encompassing. In heaven, on earth, things we can see, things we can't. And then Paul gets super specific. He starts listing thrones, dominions, rulers, authorities. Why those words? Because those were the exact spiritual powers the Colossians were being tempted to worship. Paul's point is just radical. He's saying, hey, you don't worship them. Jesus made them. So this is the crucial part. You got to get this. Everything was created through him. He's the agent, the one who did the work. But it was also created for him. He's the goal. He's the whole point. He's the reason anything exists at all. Your life, the stars, the mountains, this very moment, it's all for Jesus. And then comes this line that should just stop you in your tracks. And in him all things hold together. See, Jesus isn't just some creator from a long, long time ago. The original Greek word here for hold together isn't a one-time thing. It's continuous. It's happening right now. It means that in this very second, he is actively holding the entire universe together. The force that keeps the atoms in your body from flying apart, the force that keeps galaxies from just dissolving into nothing, that's the personal, sustaining power of Jesus. Okay, so if you thought that was big, the hymn is just getting started. It now pivots from that first creation to the new creation. Because if Jesus is supreme over the entire physical universe, well, guess what? He's also supreme over God's whole plan of redemption. So we get 3 new titles for him in this section. Number 1, he's the head of the body, the church. He's the source of our life, our direction. Number 2, he's the beginning, the arche. This means he's the start of a whole new way of being human. His resurrection wasn't just him coming back to life. It was the start of a brand new creation. And number 3, he's the firstborn from the dead. He's the pioneer. He went first, guaranteeing that where he's gone, we get to follow. And here's why he gets to have all those titles. The text says, in him,
all the fullness, the pleroma, of God was pleased to dwell. Again, this was a direct shot at that heresy in Colossae that said God's power was kind of sprinkled out among all these different spiritual beings. Paul says, nope, not even close. The entire, complete, undivided fullness of God lives in one person, Jesus. Okay, so why does any of this matter? Who cares that he's supreme over everything? The hymn now builds to its climax, to the whole point of it all. It's all about one thing: reconciliation. And check out the scope of this reconciliation. It's just as massive as his creation. He came to reconcile all things back to God. Everything on earth, everything in heaven. This means the cross wasn't just a plan to save individual people, as amazing as that is. It was the pivot point for all of cosmic history. It was God launching his project to heal and restore his entire broken creation. And how is this peace made? Not through some secret knowledge or a new philosophy like the Colossians were being told. Nope. The hymn grounds this massive cosmic event in something brutal, physical, and historical. Peace was made through the blood of his cross. It's not a fuzzy idea. It's a raw, real, and strangely beautiful reality. And now the hymn does something incredible. It's like a camera that was filming the entire cosmos suddenly zooms all the way in. It brings this massive picture down to the most personal level imaginable. It stops looking at the universe, and it looks directly at you. Paul paints this picture of what we were like before Christ. He says we were alienated, just strangers to God. We were hostile in mind, meaning our default setting was against him. And of course, that inner reality eventually showed up in our actions, right? And listen, this isn't a description of just a few really bad people. Paul is saying this is the default setting for all of us. But because of what Christ has done, look at this incredible after picture. The same person who reconciled the entire cosmos has reconciled you. He takes you from that place of being alienated and hostile, and he presents you to God as holy, blameless, and totally above reproach. I mean, can you even imagine? And this isn't something you earn or achieve. It's a gift, pure and simple, a gift you receive because of what he did. I mean, this really gets to the breathtaking heart of it all, doesn't it? The Creator's body was broken so that his creation could be healed. The one who made everything allowed his own body to be torn apart. Why? So that everything he made, and that includes you, that includes me, could be healed and made whole again. So, we come full circle, right back to that first question: is Jesus enough? And after all of this, the hymn's answer is this massive, cosmic, resounding yes. He is more than enough. He's not just a piece of our lives. He's the very center and purpose of all reality. And that leaves us with a final question, not just to think about, but to live into. If he is the reason for which all things exist, then what does it really mean to exist for him?